Today we're going to draw get this, a tiger. Yes, I know you're all into tigers right now, you Tiger King fans. So today we're going to draw a cute tiger, though. Not a vicious one, but a cute little tiger. Nothing weird or strange. So to draw this tiger, what we're going to do is, first of all, just draw a horizontal oval. Here's my paper, which is a digital version of regular sketchbook paper turned in a landscape format. So I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm just going to draw an oval. I'm just going to sketch it very, very loosely here. As you can see, I'm using a blue sketching pencil. Take my eraser and clean this up a little bit. Always like to have my lines super, super loose. That way drawing to me is not stressful. Now, a lot of you students are at home right now, and you might really enjoy being at home, or it might be stressful, and we don't want drawing to add to that stress. So keep those lines loose. If you're gripping too hard on the pencil right now, loosen up your grip. And there's our oval. I zoomed out here. My paper is a little bit crooked, so I'll fix that. Okay. Next up for our tiger is going to be to draw another oval. This oval is going to be vertical, so it's going to go up and down. No joke, one time in one of my high school classes, I said, we're going to draw a vertical line, and then I said, we're going to draw a diagonal line and a horizontal line, and one of my students said, Mr. Tripp, stop using such big words. Kind of made me smile a little bit. I think he was joking. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure he was joking. I hope he was joking. Those are some common words that we need to know when we are drawing. There's a whole lot of other art-related vocabulary words that we learn in class, and we'll bring them out here from time to time. So this oval is going to go about right here. Okay, that's going to be very light too. We are just lightly sketching. Your line should be super, super, super light right now. I'll make this one just a tad smaller. So you can go ahead and draw that. And then I'm going to draw two lines connecting the ovals. Probably thinking, Tripp, how the heck is this a tiger? I don't see any tiger characteristics yet. But you will. Hold on. Hang in there. So now what we're going to do is draw, let's just put a line right here in the middle. Slightly curved line. And then we're going to draw an oval. Ovals are big for tigers. There we go. We're going to draw a line going down, vertical line going down, and kind of like a little half smile there, or smirk, or half frown, really. Let's go ahead and put in some very simple eyes for our tiger. We'll just put a little dot here and a little dot here. Cool little guy. And right here, we're going to put kind of like, I don't know, almost like a square with a curved line. This line will curve a little bit. Nice little curve. Do the same thing over here. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want things to be perfect, be a photographer. And then we'll go ahead and put in the side of the lion's face. So here, this little line is, we're just going to kind of bring it down, bring it back up, bring it down, and then curve in. Just really sketch those lines out to get them the way you want them to be. They're your lines. This is your tiger. This tiger does not belong to the Tiger King. Unless if you are the Tiger King, and I don't know why you would be watching this video right now if you are the Tiger King. Okay, now I'm going to adjust it a little bit just because I'm drawing with pencil, and when you draw with pencil you can change things if you don't like them, which is a big benefit of drawing with pencil. Don't you wish you could live life in pencil and every time you make a mistake you just fix it really quickly? So here, let's go ahead and put in some detail in the ears. We'll just put a little line right like that. It doesn't have to be anything really perfect. We'll just kind of copy that line here. Let's put in some eyebrows. I love when your cartoon actually begins to come to life. And then we'll put in some hair. There we go. So I'm liking them. I'm liking our tiger so far. Let's move on to the rest of the body. So this line from the bottom vertical oval, we're going to kind of bring a line down here. Just follow this line through just like that and do a line down just like that. Same thing over here, pull this line down just like that. And then right here, we're going to kind of match that angle. And I'm not really liking this line, so I'm going to adjust it. And I can because I'm using pencil. This leg's going to be a little bit behind it, so this leg's going to be more like that. I'll zoom in here a little bit more. And you might be thinking, if you're kind of new to these videos, which if you're from my class, you shouldn't be new to them, but if you're kind of new to these videos, you might be thinking, well, it doesn't look perfect. Oh my gosh, why doesn't it look perfect? No. Let's get rid of that word. That's a bad word to use in art. Perfect. We're not concerned with being perfect. So let's move on from there. We got the two legs. We're going to have this tiger at kind of a his body's going to be almost at like a 3/4 side profile. So from here, actually, let's erase this line now. So from here, we're going to have a line come down. So that curved line and a line here come down. And this is going to be kind of funny. We're going to have this tiger with his hands in his pockets. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, tigers don't have pockets. Well, our tiger does. That's what's cool about art. We can make it our way. Now let's go ahead and draw the cool little tiger's tail. Get some alliteration there, the tiger tail. So for the tiger tail, we're going to come out here and do some zigzags. Zigzag and zigzag. Zigzag up here. Zigzag down, and zigzag back in. Okay, I'm liking them so far. I hope you like your lion. We should like lions, right? Because they're endangered. I know that because I watched the first episode of the Tiger King guy, and it's all I could really watch, but it was just too much for me. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and begin to clean him up a little bit. I'm going to take my eraser. Hopefully you have your eraser out and ready. I'm going to be erasing these guidelines, some of these construction lines that we don't need anymore. They helped us out there for a while, but they're done. Don't worry, you're not going to miss them. Now, of course, for these smaller areas, you can use the pencil on your eraser. But if you're going to be serious about art at all, you need to have an eraser that you can hold in your hand, something that's really going to last, something that we're going to be able to put a lot of miles on. Because if you're only using the eraser on the end of your pencil, you're probably going to run out of eraser if you're doing some serious artwork. You can erase these construction lines as well. How about his hair? And maybe by his ears. We don't really need those lines. Okay, he's looking cool there. I like him. Let's go ahead and start to put in the tiger stripes. This is the fun part of drawing the tiger. We're going to put in his stripes. They're not too complicated. If you don't like them, you can erase them, and you don't even have to erase when you're just sketching with a pencil. Look at that. Like, if I don't like it, I can just kind of draw it differently. Eventually, if it starts to get confusing, you want to go back and, clean it up a little bit with your eraser, but don't always worry about erasing every single little thing. I feel like this one still needs to come in a little bit more. Okay. Let's move on. Maybe we can give our tiger some kind of like whiskers. A little shading right there. And then for the arm, maybe about right here. Put in some tiger stripes. And maybe right there. We'll shade this area in this little area. You might be thinking, Mr. Tripp, you're not coloring those stripes in perfectly. I know. This is just like the rough sketch. That's why it's in blue. Like animators a lot like to use blue. You ink over them, it's gonna look a lot better. And then if you can erase the blue since it's in pencil, or after that, if you're using Photoshop, you can just kind of Photoshop out the blue if you don't want it anymore. So let's see, add a little bit more emphasis on the pockets. Oh, man, he needs some tiger stripes on his legs as well. Now it does help to have music on while you're listening to these videos. I've been tempted before to add music to them, but what I want you to do is have your own style of music that you listen to for these videos. Something that's going to relax you, slow down your heartbeats, make you relaxed so you can really focus on drawing. Now, right now, we have a tiger that's just floating in space. We call it floating in space, just floating on that paper. So easily we can ground our drawing just by putting a horizon line. So simple. So simple. Just by doing that, it grounds our character. So from here, let's see. Let's do a little humor. Okay, are you guys with me on the humor? We'll go ahead and just kind of add. Let's do this. A little crown on the ground. Okay. So at this point, what we can do is you can ink it, and you can do this in a couple different ways. You can go over the lines with pencil. You can do that, or you can go over the lines with an ink pen. In this case, I want to demonstrate with a pencil. And for this initial sketching, what I would have used is a very, very sharp wooden pencil, or I would have used a mechanical pencil. Okay. Now what we want to do is use if we're going to do the inking in pencil, we want to kind of dull down our wooden pencil a little bit so the tip is a little bit wider. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to pull down the opacity in this layer so it's a little bit lighter. What you can do, since you're not probably drawing digitally, you can take your eraser and just very, very, very gently move that eraser over your pencil lines, and that'll make it a lot lighter. So here I'm on a new layer. I'm going to go ahead and start the dark penciling. Just to kind of demonstrate to y'all how we can still do the inking process, but do it with pencil. I was doing this just earlier today in my traditional sketchbook, where I was on the couch. I didn't have an ink pen, so I inked it in pencil just by going over those pencil lines very carefully and very more dark with a darker value, as I'm doing here. As you can see, I am turning my digital paper here in the same way. What you should probably be doing is turning your sketchbook, so that way you get the best angle possible as we go over these lines. If you have to too, if you're inking in pencil, you can put a piece of paper over your lines after you kind of solidify them, kind of, we'll just call them ink them, and that can help eliminate smear. It always bums me out when students do such a great job with their pencil work, and then they accidentally smear it all with their wrist when they're doing the rest of it. So just to save time, I'm going to kind of shade these in. It's not going to be perfect because I want it to look like a human did this art, not a machine, not a computer. We're not making art on Adobe Illustrator. We're sketching in our sketchbooks. In art, when you're doing digital artwork, there's typically raster art. That's art has pixels in it. And then there's vector art. And vector art is art that's the lines are created with an algorithm. So no matter how close you zoom into them, they're going to not look pixelated. So I'm drawing it using raster. So if we really zoom in, it gets all pixelated, which is fine for what we're doing. But if I was going to make a logo or design that was going to be printed onto a huge building, I might want to use vector art. And that's where programs like Adobe Illustrator and other vector-based programs really come in handy. And that's what's neat about art. There's so many different things you can do with art. Some of my students have gone into photography. Some of them have gone into different art schools. Some of them just learn how to paint and draw, and they really impress their kids someday, which is really cool. You'll be the coolest big brother or the coolest mom or dad someday if you can draw characters for your kids or for little kids. Here's his little belly. I have a lot of times students ask me, what should they do by saving their art? Like, how do they save their artwork? And I would really suggest keeping your work in sketchbooks. If not in a sketchbook, if you're totally against sketchbooks, get a portfolio. A nice portfolio that you can keep your artwork in. It's another good option. If you ever go to Michael's, they have these really neat portfolios you can buy. Protects your artwork, but don't be one of those people that keeps their artwork all crumpled up somewhere. Every once in a while I'll have a student say, hey, Trip, you want to see my artwork? And they pull out this crumpled up piece of paper. And it's like, man, you're the artist. You gotta respect your artwork. If you don't respect it, how do you expect other people to respect your artwork? So keep it nice and clean, and if you don't have anything to keep it in, just make sure it stays not ripped up. I'm going to delete the blue layer now. And And here's the fun part. We get to go through and color this character. So I'm going to use kind of like a brush that's going to, in a way, emulate color pencil. And this is a good time for you to get out your color pencils or your markers. If you need to take a little break, go ahead and pause this and you can come back to it, but I'm just going to keep on going on here. So let's find a nice tiger color. Let's see, it'd be a little bit too bright. There we go. So I'm going to keep the coloring really simple here today. I already kept you into this video for a while, so I'm just going to color this area in. If you're using colored pencils, you might want to not have them be completely dull, but start with them being a little bit flatter. Beginning artists draw with color pencils. I've noticed a few mistakes, or color with color pencils, and one of the biggest mistakes I've noticed is some of them push so hard into the paper that they literally indent the paper, and I've had students rip right through their sketchbook paper before because they've drawn that hard and colored that hard. Now, you don't want to do that. You don't want to rip up your paper. But then on the other extreme, we have students that just kind of barely just color the paper, and the color pencil looks very weak and not complete, and you can do amazing things with color pencil. There's a local artist here in Bakersfield. His name's Adam, and he does local art shows. And one time, I saw one of his illustrations. Actually, I feel like I need to call them paintings. And I was blown away when he told me that he uses pencil, color pencil. So this idea that color pencils are, like a, not a professional, medium, that's not true. You can do some amazing work with color pencils if you use them correctly. What you can also do with color pencils to kind of add in your own value or your own color with these color pencils is you can, of course, use orange, but you can also take your yellow and your red and lightly add those into the coloring as well. So it's kind of like you're mixing your own color. Let's move on to the crown. Now, when you're using a color like yellow for something like this, you probably do have to apply some pressure. Once again, don't rip the paper, but you are going to have to apply a little bit of pressure. And what I kind of want to do is make this part kind of like a pinkish color. Like that. Okay, now the coloring here is very, very simple, obviously. Very, very simple, but you know, it's just a fun little sketch. So thanks for joining today on a Trips art class, and have a great Friday.